Pay close attention. This isn't something you see every day.
Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about the G.I. Joe Classified Series Agent Helix. Now here's the box, here's the artwork, picture of the character, or the figure I should say, picture of the character on the side right here. Looks very good. And then on the side we have some more side art right here. And yeah, she looks awesome. Some more shots on the back, and she is number 104 in the line. And then here's our QR code that takes you to absolutely nowhere. All right, so let's get her out of this non-plastic packaging and let's take a look at Agent Helix herself. All right, so now that we have Agent Helix out of the box, let's take a look at this figure. So starting off, we have a head sculpt. If I can get this to focus, which it does not want to. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now here we have her out of the box. Of course, now I'm repeating myself. Now that I have it in focus, that is a nice looking head sculpt. I mean, she looks really good. I have to say, this is how CoverGirl should have looked when they made her. I mean, nice looking figure. Like the nice little piece of black hair that's going in front of the face here. Nice little swoop off to the side. Articulation wise, there's not much, of course, because the hair in the back is going to stop her from being able to really kind of look up. Looking down is a different story, and she does have some head tilt side to side. I don't really go into the articulation too much because of the fact that it's just standard, classified movement. So, and then moving down, you can see she has her data pad on the side of her arm here, which that is actually pretty cool. And the other cool thing is that she has a little band-aid here from, one of her little boo-boos. I guess it's a Barbie band-aid. Nah, pretty cool. Anyway, this, I would love to say that this is not a mashup of other figures, but I think that it is. I just don't know which ones. Like this one here, I think the centerpiece is from the original Scarlet. They just changed it up, or it's different, somewhat the same. I don't know. Anyway, I do know that these legs, though, moving down to the legs, these boots are from the original Scarlet. Because I remember her having these, and these were all painted like gold and all that stuff. So they did reuse, so we have pegs here on the legs. Whatever. She has this weird gappage right here on her, that the same way that Scarlet had. When it comes to movability, posability, I should say, there is really no ab crunch when it comes to the figure. I mean, she can move back, and then of course it opens up right here, moving backwards, but when it moves forward, she really doesn't have very much, which is kind of sad because women do have ab crunches in real life, people. There's nothing wrong with adding it into the figures. You do it for the men, do it for the women as well. Anyway, cool belt. I like all the little pads and clips, and she has some bombs here in the back, and then right here her kukri can fit right in here. It actually kind of hangs upside down, but whatever the case. And then she has double holsters on the side of the legs, and then of course we've already showed off the boots. Would have been cool if she came with a different set of hands, but she doesn't, so let's not really get into that. It's just a shame that Hasbro is not adding the better crunch for the female figures. And the reason why I picked her up is because we have another female in the line, which is great, and we are actually getting more women in the line, which is awesome, because yeah, there are female agents out there as well, and we definitely need to have them in there. So with that being said, now that we've taken a look at how she looks and everything, and this head looks actually kind of familiar from another figure, I just can't place it at this moment in time. It's from another line that Hasbro has as well, but I could be wrong. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get in and take a look at the accessories that this figure comes with, because she comes with a lot of stuff. Starting off, she has her dual pistols, and yes, they have the long magazines because I believe these are automatic pistols. Very nice. Nothing special as far as color or any type of paint app on them, but they do have the portholes in the front, so you can actually put blast effects in. So that's cool. Little flashlight, I guess, at the bottom. And then these mags, they do not slide out, but very nice. Next we have Helix's kukri, and it's pretty cool. It's different design. The blade very curves and huge at the end. very nice. I like the way the handle is made with this tip on the end, so either way she can still use it as a weapon. But otherwise, they painted the blade, gave it its blood groove. Nicely done. Next we have the back scabbards for her swords, and it just has the peg here which plugs into her back. It's just cast on black, and nothing really special. Next we have her swords, and yeah, you know, I mean, I get the black and yellow, you know, color scheme, but really, I mean, look at that. Yellow sloppy paint all over the place, black bleeding through. I mean, this looks like it was painted by, actually I think a 7-year-old or a kindergartner can actually do a lot better when it comes to paint. I mean, this is just quality controlled gone bad. But that's just my opinion. You know, I don't want the Hasbro bros freaking out and going, oh my god, blah, 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 blah. This is my opinion. This is my money I spent on this figure. I was actually looking forward to this figure because I'm like, oh great, we got another cool female in the line. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so we have the swords. We have one that's curved and one that's actually just kind of straight. So I don't know who or what these swords are supposed to be from, reused from somebody else. I don't know because I don't have that person. But anyway, yeah, there's the swords. All right, so next we have her arm blades, and these are articulated, so they actually move, not just at where they connect to the arm, but also further out. It looks like a giant praying mantis type appendage, but actually this is one of the coolest accessories that actually comes with the figure. I like the way they did put the detail in the blade. You have the metal part where actually you can replace the blades if you had to, if they got broken off in battle or whatever the case. But this is really cool, and they just clip onto the forearms right here of the figure, which I will show off here in a second. All right, so that's all of her accessories that she comes with. Now, before I get into the comparisons on what I have for some of the figures out, which aren't many, I just want to talk about my pet peeves real quick. And that is, why on God's earth would you make her hands so small to where when you put the pistol in, yes, she'll hold it. Let me get this out of here. All right, this one's really in there. Yeah. So when you put this in her hand, all right, it is so massive that literally when she goes to grip it, first off, you can barely get her to do it. Now I know I had her holding it and I did it off camera and everything, so now I'm doing it on camera, but as you can see, with her even holding it, right, and pushing this all the way down, she can't even pull the trigger if she wanted to, because it's too big for her hand. Let me focus that. It's too big for her hand. It just won't focus whatsoever. I mean, not focus. It just won't reach whatsoever to the trigger. It's just way too big for these little hands. And I believe these are Scarlett's hands from the original when they first came out, because her hands barely did anything. Why wouldn't you make them to where they're, you know, if you're gonna make the hands smaller, make the gun a little smaller. And it's not just a gun. It's not just a gun. And take one of these swords out of the back. The sword even, it's so massive that it doesn't fit right. It just doesn't fit correctly. Like, her hand should have been just made a little bit bigger. I don't know. Should have used somebody else's hands as far as when it comes to like Kiku's or Lady J's maybe. I couldn't tell you. But as far as all the accessories on the figure itself, they do fit on her very nicely. I don't want you to think I'm just ripping it apart. There are things about this figure that just suck, but that's just my opinion. Let me get back in focus here. Okay. I mean, otherwise, let's take a look. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Otherwise, this figure looks really good. I mean, as far as the look of her. I mean, you have all the blades, you have the guns, her kukri, her swords, the black and yellow motif. I mean, hey, that's all good. I just don't care for the paint slop that they did here. I mean, it looks good on her outfit and stuff. Now, as far as these blades on the sides here, I think they're really cool. The way you can just keep them on there and move them forward. And of course, you would move her arms to better whatever the case you need to do. But yeah, they can move. And that's actually pretty cool. That's actually really, really cool when it comes to the figure. It's just the rest of her mobility is kind of, well, it is what it is. But that's just, like I said, that's my opinion before all the Hasbro bros start freaking out and getting all upset and butthurt because I give my opinion on this figure. Now, I think that they have taken, once again, here we go, reuse of these legs here, this bottom half. I couldn't even tell you what happened with the torso here and why they can't make it to where she has an ab crunch, because women in real life do have ab crunches. And yeah, I mean, they did it with other figures, as far as like the Valkyries, I thought that was actually really good. They actually could move a little bit better. But, hey, you move 2 steps forward and next thing you know, you take 12 steps back. But that's just what Hasbro does when it comes to the stuff like this. But anyway, whatever. That's just my pet peeves. You guys might feel different. Is she cool? Yeah, I like the fact that this figure is in the line itself, and that's great. So enough of my rambling. Let's get into some comparisons, and then we will end this review now that I've given all my complaints ahead of time, not waited till the end. So, which therefore, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Here's how she compares to the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Python Patrol Vipera. And here's how she compares to the Marvel Legends Ultimate Black Widow. Okay, so you guys have heard my complaints with the figure and what I like about the figure. What I like about the figure is the fact that we have another female in the line, which is great, and I can't say it enough. The other thing is they gave her a beautiful head sculpt, which she absolutely deserves, which they should have done with CoverGirl, which they didn't. Let's not go back there because that's been done to death. Now, as far as the plastic on this figure, the way she feels really light and hollow, kind of like one of those model figures that you put together. The leg part, not so bad. The upper part, yeah. They could have given her a better ab crunch, my opinion. Already went over that. And do I think that the weapons or the hands should have been made a little bit bigger so actually she can actually hold? Now, I can give her different weapons, which I probably will do. But when it comes to the swords, they're probably just going to stay in the scabbards because she has these cool blades on the arms. And maybe that was the reason why they did it. I don't know. I don't know the history of this figure. I don't know much about it because at that point in time when she entered into the series, I was pretty much done with it. But I have to say, when it comes to the color scheme, I got another badass character on the shelf. And I can overlook the fact of these legs, even though they have the pins in them. That's okay. They look great the way they did the paint sculpt with it. Do I think that if you're going to make a whole figure like this of themselves, of Helix, it should have been a whole new buck? That's just my opinion. Now, as far as the head sculpt, I thought I seen this before, and I thought it was this one here of Black Widow's, but it is not. So I'm thinking that this was from Rogue, maybe from X-Men. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of what it reminds me of, kind of the face a little bit. But anyway, it's a great face sculpt, beautiful work, color wise, beautiful figure, beautiful articulation, not so great. But once again, that's my opinion. So with that all being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed my review on this G.I. Joe Classified Series Agent Helix. And hopefully from here on out, we get some better female figures with ab crunches. I mean, hey man, even if you're going to leave her like this, at least make it to where this bottom piece and this upper piece will move better to where we can get them into some great poses on these figures. But once again, that's just how I feel about the situation. You guys, please drop a comment down below, like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything new. And as always, I'll catch you on the flippity flip.